How do we really know who someone is? And the true answer is by spending time with them, not just hearing about them from others. God reveals himself across all scripture. Imagine only eating dessert every day, no vegetables, no protein. Eventually your health would suffer. The same goes for our spiritual diet. We need both the hard passages and the comforting ones. Why you should read the whole Bible. It's to know God fully, to grow strong in faith, and to be equipped for life. Hello, my name is Nakia. Today we begin a 3-part conversation on the importance of reading the whole Bible for yourself. And part 1 is called God's Full Message. The focus is to help people understand that the Bible is not a collection of disconnected stories, but one unified story of God's redemption. Scripture wasn't meant to be a mystery we leave only to preachers and theologians to decode for us. It is God's letter to us. And when we engage it fully, we begin to see the bigger picture of his love, his ways, his character, and his purpose for our lives as a whole and individually. I'll break this down in 3 points and provide some suggestions on getting started. Let's get into it. Point 1, the Bible is one unified story. The Bible isn't a collection of random verses or even disjointed books. It's one grand narrative that moves from creation to new creation. Luke 24:27 tells us that Jesus, after his resurrection, began with Moses and all the prophets to explain what was said in the scriptures of what we call the Old Testament concerning himself. That means even the Old Testament points us to Jesus. It's all connected. If we only camp in the Psalms or the Gospels, we risk missing the full story of redemption God is telling us. Point 2, God revealed his character through the whole Bible. So think about this. How do we really know who someone is? And the true answer is by spending time with them, not just hearing about them from others. God reveals himself across all scripture. His holiness is on display in Leviticus, his justice in the prophets, his mercy in the Gospels, and his patience in the wilderness. They all weave together a full picture of who God is. When we skip parts, we miss seeing God clearly and wholly. When we do this, we can misunderstand him, judge him, and miss out on a deep relationship with him. Point 3, a diet of the whole word leads to a healthy faith. Imagine only eating dessert every day, no vegetables, no protein. Eventually your health would suffer. The same goes for our spiritual diet. We need both the hard passages and the comforting ones, the law and the grace, the genealogies and the miracles. Like 2 Timothy 3:16-17 says, all scripture is God-breathed and useful for teaching, correcting, and training in righteousness. So when it gets hard or boring, push through, kind of like you would eating a boring salad. It's good for your health. Now let's recap why you should read the whole Bible. It's to know God fully, to grow strong in faith, and to be equipped for life. So I challenge you to make a plan to walk through the Bible, not in a rush, but with the intention to know God better. Take a year or even more. I recommend the Bible Recap Reading Plan by Tara Lee Cobble, and I'll link her YouTube in the description. I also suggest Bible translations like the Christian Standard Bible, English Standard Version, or the New Living Translation because these are beginner friendly. It may help to read in community as well, like by joining or starting a small group for accountability and discussion. Next time, we'll talk about how it's essential to read it for yourself, not just rely on others. I'll see you around.